was born in '85, so from like '85 to like flipping my late 20s or mid 20s, United were always the team to beat. Maybe not in '85, but like from when I was a young lad, they were. But now they've finally gone back to the top of the Premier League, and hopefully, as a United fan, they can stay there. But I doubt it. They've got Liverpool on the weekend. They'll likely lose that game and then level on points with Liverpool and eventually slip down the table. But they beat Burnley last night 1-0. I was very happy with that. We had Everton beat Wolves away 2-1, which really irritated me because I live in Wolves, I want them to do well. We had Sheffield United getting their first victory in 21 games. 21 games. They beat Newcastle 1-0 at home. Billy Sharp penalty. I honestly think Newcastle will be one of the three teams going down. I think it's going to be West Brom, Newcastle, and probably still Sheffield United, if I'm being honest. I don't see them staying up. Anyways, in terms of football news, are Borussia Dortmund planning for the sale of Jadon Sancho? They are putting a contingency plan in place in fears that Man United might come back for him. And Stuttgart forward Tanguy Koulibaly has been identified as a replacement for the England international. Am I the only one who is yet to see what Jadon Sancho actually does? I am joking. I don't watch England week in, week out before you jump down my throat. I don't. Yeah, when they play, I rarely watch it. I get very bored by England. I'll watch them at the major tournaments, and if there's a decent game on, I'll watch it. But against you crappy San Marinos and Faroe Islands, whatever, I can't be doing with that rubbish. Sometimes I will, but when they had games a little while ago, I was on holiday, so I didn't watch them ones. I saw some of the game against Wales whilst I was on holiday. But yeah, James, I just don't see what he does for England. I don't know if he's the answer to what United need. I mean, if you can get the best out of Cavani for the next couple of years, then they don't need a centre forward really. But just in case his form dips off, you do need a younger top centre forward at United. But yeah, I'm not sure if 100+ million for Jadon Sancho is what I want to see my club spend. I want to see him get their defence sorted ideally. Messi and Aguero in, Mbappe out at PSG. Could this happen? PSG head coach Pochettino could allow Kylian Mbappe to join Liverpool. He ain't joining Liverpool, guys. Let me just put it that way. There's some players you look at and you just say, yeah, that is a Barcelona player right there. There's just some players you look at, you're like, yep, that is a Barcelona player in the making, or that is a Real Madrid player in the making. That's the only two ways to look at it. Forget your Liverpools, ain't gonna happen. They won one Premier League title and another Champions League. Does not mean you are a bigger bull than a Real Madrid. And Kylian Mbappe was born to play for Real Madrid. That's just a fact. All his early career, early childhood would have been, one day you'll play for Real Madrid. There's no way on God's green earth he's going to move to Liverpool before a Real Madrid. But apparently Pochettino will sit down with club sporting director Leonardo in the coming days. But PSG are aware that Mbappe's current contract expires in 18 months. And they could let him go if PSG get Messi and Aguero. Well, do you really want an injured Aguero? Aguero's injured all the time lately. I'm not too sure if he'd be a bonus for was valued at like 60 million, 65 million, is now worth 100 million, even though he's close to the end of his deal. And no one in their right mind is going to go out and pay 100 million quid for Koulibaly, who's like 28, I believe. 29, sorry, he's 29 years old. What a stupid story. It's not even worth giving any mention, really. What else have we got going on here? Sorry. It appears the return of Marco Arnautovic at West Ham is becoming increasingly unlikely. The Hammers were offered the chance to sign their former striker earlier this month, although his high wages were proving a huge stumbling block. Okay, so West Ham have Arnautovic in their team like 2 years ago, whatever it was. Let's just say, for instance, that they're paying him 50 grand a week. He kicks up a fuss, wants to move away, he says it's for footballing reasons. Moves to China and Shanghai Shenhua. Goes there, they're giving like say 200 grand a week. And now Twitch is like, this league's a bit shit. What the hell? I'm gonna go back to West Ham now. Goes back to West Ham. I think his brother's like his agent or whatever. His brother's like, he wants to come back now and play in a decent league. Will you pay him 200 grand? West Ham like, well hang on, before we was paying like, I don't know, maybe 50, 80 grand. Why the hell are we not going to pay him 200 grand when he's older and not as valuable? Where's the logic? Use your knocking, Arnie, as it says here, Arnautovic Arnie. And I show he's not at Shanghai Shenhua, he's at Shanghai. Or is that Shenhua? I don't know. Shanghai SIPG. It probably is Shanghai Shenhua, isn't it? Anyways, he's now saying, I can't wait to be back in Shanghai. See you soon. I bet you can't, mate. Them wages would make anyone glad to go back. Avram Grant could be making a sensational return to Chelsea, if you believe everything you read. That's what he's saying here anyway, guys. That Roman Abramovich could be bringing back Avram Grant as like an advisor for Frank Lampard. Okay. This was Avram Grant who got the job at Chelsea after, who the hell was it now? Was sacked? I can't remember now. Was it Jose was sacked? And Avram Grant came in and he got them to the Champions League final against United, which United then won in Moscow, I believe. But really, is Avram Grant at his age really going to offer a great deal to Chelsea? Or is it just Avram Grant and Rome are like that? More than likely that one, isn't it? Tottenham are battling Sheffield United, Rangers and Celtic for Wigan teenage striker Kyle Joseph. Okay, I don't know who he is, but let's just say Tottenham are after him. On paper, there's no contest, is there? Tottenham, Sheffield United, Rangers or Celtic. You go to Spurs every time. The problem here is, where are you going to get the more opportunities? It's definitely not at Tottenham under Jose. No chance at all. Just ask young Jack Clark, the Leeds, or the former Leeds lad. He's not been given any chances at all by Jose rather. So I'd say go to a Rangers who look like they're about to win the league up in Scotland. Upamecano is ideal for Liverpool or Man United, says somebody. Well, I've heard all the good stuff about him, but I've also heard he is slower than a one-speed snail, which we don't need anyone who's slow at United. I mean, Christ, we've already got Victor Lindelof. We need a fast central defender alongside Maguire, a bit like an Eric Bailly, or somebody better defensively, but just as fast. Man City superstar Aguero, or Sergio Aguero, is wanted by Barcelona. Apparently, everyone Man City haven't gone out and replaced him yet. Wolves and Newcastle are competing for 14 million rated Montpellier striker Andy Delors. Now, I want Wolves to do well. I want Skongers as a decent striker whilst Jimenez is out injured, recovering from his fractured skull. Am I honest to think that this lad who Newcastle want is going to be the answer? I mean, this is Newcastle want him, so I'm not excited for Wolves, I've got to be honest. Milik, he's still at Napoli, but he's not really under contract so much. He is interesting Everton and West Ham. Everton are apparently about to let Moise Keane sign permanently with PSG for like 21 million. He's got like 11 goals in 18 games, I think it is, for PSG. Which shows how crap that league is, doesn't it, really? But yeah, can I see Everton selling him and then going for this Milik? Why not? Ancelotti will know this lad from his time at Napoli, and they definitely need backup to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, or even another option to Calvert-Lewin. West Ham have sold Sebastian Haller. They signed him for 35 million, was it? They sold it for 20 million to Ajax. I bet that stung a bit. Or was it 45 million they signed him for? I'm not sure. I know they lost out on him anyways. What was this waffle? So I can't just see what's on the TV. Alright, okay. I got it. Oh, the bananas. Anyways. Joel Matip is running out of time to prove his fitness ahead of Sunday's table-topping clash with Man United. I hope they put him in. I hope Matip starts the game and goes off after like 10 minutes. So they've got to use a substitute early on. Not my luck. He'll start and get a bloody goal. And then go off, and then that'll be the only goal of the game. Rio Ferdinand predicts Declan Rice would prefer to join Chelsea rather than Man United. You think, Rio? Bear in mind his best mate in football, from what we heard, is Mason Mount, and the fact that he used to be at Chelsea, and the fact that he lives in London. Are you really using your noggin there, Rio? Or is it just a given that West Ham is his preferred choice? Sorry, Chelsea, my bad. Brighton are closing on the £4.5 million signing of Moise Caicedo from Independiente de Valle. I heard the other day, I think it was from Tim Vickery, I think so, how good this lad was. Yeah, he says he's even better now, like, at this young age than Kante. And United were being linked with him, and now United have apparently come out and said, no, we don't want him. He's going to go to Brighton for £4.5 million. Crazy. You just know United will want him in like 2-3 years and have to pay Brighton like 40 or 50 million for him. Let's have a look. Just looking for some more transfer news. Aston Villa are eager to sign Ross Barkley on a permanent deal from Chelsea, but Chelsea's thoughts have now changed. I'm guessing it's because they've seen, like, actually, this lad's alright, If we give him a go and a chance, maybe he could be the difference, next season. So, we don't want to sell him now, Villa. No, we've changed our mind. They're like, oh, shit. They're like, yeah, well, maybe if you had like an extra 20 million on, we might change our mind. There's not a lot more transfer news on there. Let's have a look. Fikayo Tomori could be on his way to AC Milan. I read that yesterday. I think I told you about one a couple of days ago. I thought, what's his name, was being a bit harsh on him, Frank Lampard. Did you see that lad from, who was he playing for? Let's have a look. Dundee United, Lawrence Shankland, scored from 50 yards out. It was really impressive. I saw that yesterday. Fabinho demanding Salah happy at Liverpool. I bet he's demanding Salah. But he's like, right, I've got to use the shower first. Nobody else can come in that shower until I've finished. And I want all the red Smarties in a bowl before I come out. I'm joking. Charlie Austin scored for PSG. He bloody wishes for QPR on his first game back last night. In a game that they won. Did they win? Yeah, who was it against? Luton Town. QPR beat Luton Town. Fair play to Austin. I think West Brom have made a massive error letting a goal scorer leave. Like, where is... Sorry, I got a really bad hit. Where is the logic? We need goals. We're at the bottom of the Premier League. I know. Let's let a striker leave. Rob Holding has signed a new deal with Arsenal. Maybe I'm missing somebody here. And if I am, please, if you're an Arsenal fan and you think I'm missing a trick here, let me know. Is this lad really any good? Rob Holding signed from Bolton a few years ago, and apparently he's half decent. I don't see it myself. I've seen him a few times, and I feel sorry for him. His hair is really receding. I mean, if I was him, I'd just shave my hair off. Christ, he's going for the Alan Shearer look like 25. I'll just get rid of the hair now. Fulham are being made to play Spurs tonight. By the time you see this video, they probably already played them. In a game that Fulham have found out about at short notice. But then Jose's like, hang on, I found out that the game had been cancelled at short notice, so stop complaining. So there's a bit of a war of words between Parker and Jose. I don't think it helps that Parker was signed by Jose at Chelsea and wasn't really used that much. So maybe there's a little bit of bitterness between the two. Maybe Parker's a bit pissed at Jose for taking him from Charlton at the time and not giving him a chance at Chelsea, where maybe he feels he could have been more beneficial to Chelsea if he'd been given the game time. I remember Chelsea back then. I remember when Abramovich first came in and Jose was there. They brought in Joe Cole, Damien Duff, Paulo Ferreira, right back. There was Ricardo Carvalho. There was, who was that one I just mentioned then? Scott Parker. Buddy Frank Lampard. And there's so many players back then. Mateo Kesman, Hernan Crespo. I'm not sure if that was it, Brian Crespo or not.